Hi, everyone, and welcome back. And today we're actually celebrating.
Guess who's an abuelita? Vanessa.
She's finally here.
Yes.
Cheers, everyone.
Now we can call Vanessa Grandma. Grandma Vanessa.
This champagne is good.
Grandma Vanessa. How does that sound?
No, Grandma.
Abuelita, ven.
It's,
Tengo hambre.
it's Gigi.
Says who?
Says me. Oh my gosh, why do I keep having this discussion with everybody?
Okay, when I see her, when she's a little older to talk, I'll be like, dile abuelita, just to piss her off.
Yeah, no.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
No one's calling me abuelita.
Uh-huh.
Ugh. So she was born, her name's Amelia Cristina.
She was born late Tuesday night, right?
Monday night.
Oh,
on the 10th.
Oh, yeah, sorry. Monday night.
Yes. So
it's been a long week.
She's so stinking cute. We are waiting a little bit to post pictures because I'm waiting for her mom to give the green light, boundaries.
Yes. So I went to go see her Tuesday early morning.
Uh-huh.
And I said, you know what? I'll let you guys sleep. I'll have her for an hour and a half before I have to leave. They're like, okay, cool. So I'm just taking pictures, whatever. I took a selfie with her, and then she started to fart. And I was like, oh, okay. And I'm like, and then she continued to fart. And I'm like, me voy a esperar 10 minutos, and then I'll check her diaper. And then I checked it. And mind you, mom's asleep, dad's asleep. Gotta change her diaper because she was caca.
Well, yeah, she's a baby.
And then I was like, oh my gosh. I was like, last time I changed a diaper was like 10 years ago when Vincent was little.
Yeah.
I was like, okay, here we go. And my nails are pretty long, as you can see.
Ew.
I was like, and I didn't want to wake up the parents because it's tiring. They're tired. Okay. Well, I'm changing her poopy diaper, and guess what happens?
You get shit under your fingernail.
I do.
Under your claw.
Under my claw, and I was like, oh my gosh, I got caca. And I looked at her, I was like, you're lucky I like you right now, and you're still a baby. Te apesta. So I clean her up, and I put her onesie back on. And I was like, I gotta go wash my hands. And then the nurse comes in, and she's like, did she poop? And I was like, yeah. Okay, you need to note it. And I was like thinking, I was like, Dad, did I ever do that when Dainara was little? I was like, that was 20 years ago.
It's so new. Like today.
So I had to check the time.
Yeah.
I had to put it if she pooped or if it was a combination of poop and pee. I was just like, man, I'm really like, I'm out of it because I don't know.
Well, today Christina and Abram were asking me some questions, and I was like, oh shit, I don't know. I go, I've been out of the game for a long time. I go, you know what? Ask the pediatrician.
Yeah, because, last time Vincent's 11 years old. To me, Dainara is 20 years old. So it's like, yeah.
I know.
I don't know what to tell you, but it's so funny because, we video chat your Tia Carmen yesterday.
Uh-huh.
To show her the baby.
Shout out to my Tia Carmen.
Saludos, tía. Para que entiendas. We were talking to her, and she's like, ay, la niña está bien hermosa, ay, tiene mucho pelo, and blah, 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 blah. And she's like, ¿y la mamá? Le dije, oh, ahí está en la cocina. And I turned the camera around, and she's like, ¿por qué está destapada así? ¿Y por qué no tiene faja? Dile que se ponga, what is it? Que se tape los hoyos porque si no le va a entrar aire. And I'm like, okay. Y que se ponga faja todos los días hasta que nomás se la quite cuando se va a bañar. And I was like, oh, these Mexican remedies. And, if you're Mexican, you know that la cuarentena no puedes salir para ningún lado. Tienes que quedarte en la casa.
Mm-hmm.
I remember that when I had Dainara. They literally like, ¿traes faja? Yes. O no está bien apretada. Ponte una más apretada. ¿Y por qué estás vestida así? Ponte calcetines. No andes descalza. I'm like, oh my gosh, here we go.
Yeah, but you know what? It's not only Mexicans, it's also other cultures have these.
Their own remedies.
Yeah, it's pretty much the same, the whole cuarentena, but like I know some cultures are very extreme que ni puedes salirte de tu cuarto.
What?
Y some of them ni que te bañes, and it's just
Okay, I never heard of those.
It's just like very odd traditions, and this is what I tell Christina. I go, you do whatever you think it's best for you.
Whatever you're comfortable with.
Yes. So we are very excited that she's here. She's so beautiful. She's healthy.
We get to have a baby in the house.
Yeah, finally.
Which is pretty exciting.
We haven't. So what I did before they came home, we were cleaning, and you know how everybody has blankets on their couches.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And throw pillows. So I washed the throw pillows and the blankets.
Did you vacuum your couch?
Yeah, and Vincent was laying down on one of the pillows, and I like snatched it from underneath his head, and I go, "You've been replaced."
That's fucked up. Pobre
I know,
Vincent.
you're not the baby anymore. You've been replaced. And he got so upset, but it was funny. But yeah.
Poor kid. He's so used to being the only one for the longest time, and now there's a new baby in town, and he's actually being replaced. Yep. The attention will be on the little one.
Yep.
But yeah.
Oh my gosh.
So we're excited for her to be here.
We're so excited. Okay. So I heard something super funny. Somebody said las gorditas are called tortas y las flaquitas
son flautas.
Are called flautas. Like, who comes up with this shit? Seriously.
So the funny thing about it, like I already knew the gorditas were called tortas. I already knew that because I seen it on videos, and that is when Hazel's nephew that I asked him what a torta was, and he said a gordita. It was a gordita, and I was like, okay, but it's also a sandwich. But I never heard the flauta, and I was just like, a flauta? And I'm like, son las flaquitas.
I'm just like...
And the reason why I heard that is because it was this girl on TikTok, es una gordita. He's like, yo soy una torta. He's like, y estos leggings me quedan bien porque le son para las tortas. Sorry, flautas. It's all about the tortas right now. And I was like, what? Is that it? Like, I was like, no, she did not call skinny people flautas. Like,
so I watched the TikTok last night, and it was these two girls. Well, it was like three girls. It was like 2 against 1, and this has to do with the whole tortas thing. And there was the 2 girls, and then the 1 girl, and then they started fighting, the 2 against 1. And the 2 girls...
What, tortas against flautas or what?
Hold on. So all 3 of them, they weren't big girls.
They were just curvy.
So I went on the comments to read it. Like, they started throwing blows. And somebody said...
What? Like that bad?
Somebody goes, las albóndigas están peleando. And I was like, oh my gosh, what the fuck?
What's up with people call me these food names? Like, come on.
I was like, okay, first it was tortas, now they're albóndigas. And then I just went down.
If people don't know what albóndigas are, they're meatballs.
Yeah.
Just putting it out there.
And I was like reading the comments, and a lot of them said tortas, but the one that stood out was las albóndigas están peleando. And I was like, wow, that. And so then it reminded me of the whole like gorditas son tortas, and then the flaquitas son flautas. But it's so funny. I thought it was the funniest thing I read in like 2 days.
I'm gonna call you a flauta. I'm gonna put that name on my phone for you now.
I'm not even skinny.
Yes, you are.
I'm not skinny.
Okay. She's not skinny, y'all.
So, I know you wanted to bring something up.
Yes. So
I know it bugged the crap out of you because it's unrealistic for...
So there's a lot of things going on.
Yeah.
Within the last week. So as of yesterday, the government shutdown has reopened. There is a bill that was passed. Some federal workers already started working, and within this bill, they are going to be back paid. So, which is a very good thing. And I'm glad after 44 days, I believe, or 45 days, the longest government shutdown in history. Fine, okay, but there's still a possibility that we might go into another government shutdown in January. Honestly, I think they just reopen it because they want people to spend money for the holidays at this point.
You think so?
Mm-hmm. But and that leads into other things. You know, we're no longer going to have the 1 penny after 200 years. So now we're going to have to round up
Does
to
that
no.
really affect you in a personal way, do you
No,
think?
but I was just like, okay, there's so much news about it, and I'm just like, really, a penny? So we're no longer gonna have $3.99 a pound. We're gonna have $4 a pound, like, because they're gonna round it up.
Oh, I didn't even think of
So
that.
that's that. So if you guys collect pennies or any kind of coins, you know, save them up. They're probably gonna be worth something down the drain, down the pipeline or whatever. But the big one that you're trying to do is pass a 50-year mortgage.
Which is insane.
You know, a 30-year mortgage is more reasonable in aspects that, you know, you get an interest rate between 3% and currently we're like 7.2% of a mortgage.
Mm-hmm.
And if you calculate that within 30 years, you're going to pay a lot of interest on it because you have a 30-year loan and every year there's 7 point something depending on your interest rate. Okay, if you have a good one, good for you guys, you know. But currently people that are buying houses, if you get a new build home, you get to buy down your interest rate,
Mm-hmm.
which it's a good benefit because you can find interest rate as low as 3.75 or even like 3.5 right now in the market of Arizona. I don't know about any other states.
Mm-hmm.
I know what they're trying to do with the 50-year mortgage. People that are not able to afford a 30-year mortgage because your mortgage will be more than $2,500 and that probably doesn't even include your taxes or your insurance.
Mm-hmm.
With the 50-year mortgage, your payment does go down, but you're literally adding
Interest.
way more interest. Like you're never gonna pay that off. Never. Unless you win the Mega Millions or something.
So I saw TikTok, this one woman that I follow. She lives in Chicago, and she broke it down and she did the math, and she basically said that somebody that purchased a house for like $200,000 and does a 50-year mortgage loan, and I forgot the interest rate that she used. I think she used 5%, 5 or 6%.
Let's just do that as an average.
You're gonna pay almost, once you're done paying that house off, it's almost 900,000.
Mm-hmm.
And this is the thing. Okay, 50 years. Let's say people buy their home. Not now, obviously, because it's getting harder and harder. But like 20 years ago, 30, 40, 50 years ago, the average home buyer was between 25 and 35 years old. Okay. Yeah. So that means that your house, let's say you didn't refinance, you didn't take any equity debt out, you didn't do anything extra for your home, you didn't pay anything extra into it. You were going to pay your house off in exactly 30 years. And that is, let's say you bought it when you were 25. So that means your house will be paid off
when you're 55.
When you're 55. How the hell do they expect a 40-year-old couple, let's just say 40 years old, because that's like the average age right now of people buying their first homes, you know, for millennials. How do they expect a 40-year-old couple to pay off a 50-year mortgage? They're going to be dead. Like their children and their children's children are going to inherit that loan. That's ridiculous.
I see the pros and the cons about it. I see that if they do a 50-year mortgage, younger crowds can buy it. Meaning Dinar's age in their 20s. People can buy that. But they're going to be stuck with the mortgage for the next 50 years. And let's say, okay, after 3 years, I'm moving.
I don't see any pros. I honestly do not see any pros about it. But I mean, I get it. People want to afford their homes and want to afford a home and they don't want to rent. But like, I don't think this is a good thing because then you just owe everything to the bank. The bank owns you.
You're never going to get out of that loan.
So,
but if you think about it, so that's one thing that's increasing. But I don't know, it's been a while that I purchased a car. But now they have a car loan out 8 years. Did you know that?
No.
8 years. 8 years.
That is so sad.
And the reason for it is because vehicles are so expensive and people are willing to pay so much let's say for a truck. Trucks are an average of $80,000, brand new, minimum. And they want that truck, and their mortgage, that means that their car loan is over $1,000. If what kind, depends on the interest rates. But they expand the loan up to 8 years where they can get lower payments.
That's insane, because the thing is, like, after 3 years, your car needs.
The minute that you drive off the lot, you lose the value of it.
Well, what I was gonna say is, like, after 3 years, your car needs pretty good maintenance. You know what I mean?
Unless you work
changes.
from home and you don't drive the car anywhere.
Yeah,
But if you use your car as a daily vehicle to go everywhere, you're probably gonna run it through the ground within 4-5 years max.
I was talking to Alexia earlier, and we were talking about how people can't afford things right now, and like why don't people? She asked a very simple question. It's a question that a lot of people ask. Why don't people get second jobs? Why should we be working so much to be able to afford to live? At this point, we're just working to be able to survive
in this world.
And I'm like, that is not fair. Like, I feel like in this country, the American dream is gone. It's gone.
Not what it used to be, and it's just currently everything's just going up and up.
Yeah, inflation's through the roof, and it upsets me when people on social media are posting like, oh, well, Donald Trump's administration, or Donald Trump is saying that, inflation is down. I believe him. You fucking believe him? Are you fucking kidding me?
I'm sorry. Are you not paying for ground beef $5 a pound?
Exactly. I remember when it used to be like $1 a pound.
But $5 a pound for 80/20.
Yeah.
And if you want with 7% fat, you're looking at $10 a pound. Yeah. And I'm like, this is ridiculous. But what can we do?
It goes back to what you said a couple episodes ago. We just need to get rid of all the fucking old politicians and bring in new people.
I completely agree on that. And I will stand on that. I will stand on it.
And it's just, it's just hard times right now. And I feel like the holidays are not going to really be the holidays.
Holidays are to be with family.
Yeah.
But people overdo it when it comes to gifts.
Yeah.
They will literally get loans to buy Christmas gifts.
I am not a big gift giver. Like, when it comes to, I'm not a big gift giver when it comes to Christmas. I am more about, let's get together, let's have good food, let's have good drinks, let's have a good time.
Hang out.
Let's take pictures. Mm-hmm. Yes. But like your mom wanted to buy Vincent a virtual reality thingy that you put on your head. I don't know what it's called. And for Christmas. And I was like, no, he does not need that. And stop spending so much money.
The thing about it is, like, we can buy them whatever they want all year round. Why does it have to be specific for Christmas?
I told your mom, save it for his birthday. His birthday is all about him. Save it for that date. But yeah, it's just
not. I think at this point, gifts are just our competition. Who gets what?
Yeah, who gets
and how much is what?
Yep. And then, kids are going to school and showing off like, oh my gosh, I got this and I got that, and making other kids feel bad because
their parents probably can't afford something.
So I really I get it. If you can afford to give your kids all these wonderful gifts, they should.
If they do it without getting any kind of loans or being in debt, by all means. I
just wish that they wouldn't go back to school and rub it in their friends' face.
They're kids. What can you do?
I know.
Like, okay, so I went to I think it was today? No, yesterday I was at the gym. Mm-hmm. Off topic. Why did I see...
What did you see?
A guy, a gordito, with some Versace glasses on inside the gym, working out. He was
wearing them while he was working out?
And he had all his gold necklaces on his neck. And I'm like, if you're going to impress someone at the gym looking like that, that's a big no-no. Yes. And then I'm like, why do you got to show off what you have? That's the thing. And this is an older person.
Like at the gym, though. That's kind of weird.
Yeah. I was just like, and when I saw him walk, he was all walking with his chest up. I seen him like, I'm like, and I said in Spanish,
Did
like,
he
"Te
look like
miras
Mr.
pendejo."
T? Do you remember Mr. T?
No, 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 not even. Ese era un gordito con una panzota de afuera.
Instead of spending all that money on the gold, he should be spending money on Ozempic.
I know. I looked at Warner and I was like, Warner, do you see that? And he's like, what? And I was like, I can't talk to you. I was like, you need to learn Spanish.
Oh my God.
For que chismear. But yeah, I'll talk. But again, why are you showing off what you have?
Yeah.
You just want to get robbed.
You know?
You want to get a gun to your head. Give me your chains.
People are going to do whatever they want to do. That's funny.
Yeah.
So I wanted to bring something up that's so freaking hilarious.
What?
I should have brought it up earlier before this serious topic, but I freaking forgot and it just came to my head. So my son has a dog, okay?
Mm-hmm.
Her name's Chloe. And, you know, I don't know what the hell she is. I think she's like
she's a mixture of something.
Yeah, and she's tiny. She's like this big. I mean, she's probably about the size of a pug. Anyways, so this girl, you know, my son smokes weed. And so he smokes outside and he has like a little can and he throws his buds out in the can, in the bucket. And stupid ass Chloe, she's the only one that goes in that bucket and gets stuff out. And there's not only is there weed buds in there, but there's also fucking
other trash or something.
Trash, there's cigarette butts.
Yeah.
There's candy wrappers in there. So siempre se está metiendo. Tell me why this fucking bitch for like the third time se metió and she got high. She ate the roach. And then the thing is, ¿sabes a qué se pare? So then she started like swaying back and like side to side. She looked like Stevie Wonder. And I was like, just like this. And I was like, the fuck is wrong with this bitch? And then she couldn't stand up. And then her eyes were fucking glossy. And I was like, oh my gosh, this bitch is fucking high. This bitch is high. I'm like,
and what was Abram?
This was early in the morning. So she must have got, like, they were sleeping. This was like at freaking 5:30 in the morning. Cause you know, I wake up and I let them outside. I let all the dogs outside and they're out there for like a good 15-20 minutes. And then I bring them inside and to eat breakfast. Well, she didn't eat her breakfast. And then she slouched like by the couch and she slouched like, and I was like this. And I was like, what the fuck is wrong with her? And then I was like, Chloe, eat your food. Y no se quería comer. And she could barely stand up. And then finally she like stood up and she was doing this. And I was like, oh, this bitch.
Why didn't you record her?
I did record her. I did.
Damn. Some dogs are weird when they get high.
It's funny. It was really, really funny.
It can be scary too. If you don't know what's going on with them, you would freak out and go to a vet, and that would be a very expensive vet bill. Just to tell you that she's high.
Yeah, you just let them. But it's not the first time. But it's the first time I witnessed it. I guess the first time it happened, Abram got really, really scared, and he didn't know what had happened. And I was like, and when he told me about it, I was like, oh, okay. And then I guess it happened a second time. Well, the third time I actually witnessed it. It was actually really, really
put
funny.
That bucket high where she doesn't reach.
Yeah. Well, she needs to stop getting into it.
She's not going to stop. She's a dog.
The other dogs don't get into it. It was actually really funny.
It's scary at the same time.
I got a chisme for you.
Chisme time.
Y ese chisme me da un pinche coraje. And I'm going to tell you why me da un coraje, okay? You know, a mí me repune la gente que va a la iglesia y que hacen.
Oh, yes.
I'm the best. Yo soy una mamá buena, una esposa buena, whatever.
Hey. Okay, keep talking.
Y luego
I'll say my piece.
Y luego van y hacen
y se echan la botella de tequila.
Sus babosadas, ¿ok? So, esta señora me dijo que se había no enamorado, pero she got a crush
Ajá.
on a coworker, ¿ok?
Oh.
Y esto era antes de que empezara a ir a misa, que se metió a la iglesia otra vez. She goes, I have a crush on my coworker. And I go, okay, you have a crush on your coworker. And I did follow-up questions.
Question. She married?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. Let's get that one out of the way.
She's married, and she said that she got a crush on her coworker. And she was talking back and forth, messaging, and nunca hicieron nada. Ella y el vato, nunca hicieron nada.
Okay.
Pero it was an emotional thing, okay? Y un día ella empezó a tomar or whatever, estaba en su casa, empezó a tomar.
Y soltó la sopa.
No, se empezaron a mandar mensajes, él y ella, su coworker.
Okay.
Entonces, dijo que ella sí se emborrachó y que se fue a dormir y que luego el esposo, her phone kept going off y el esposo
was like, what the fuck's going on?
que ¿por qué te está sonando tanto el teléfono? Vio todos los mensajes y que el marido le dijo, ¿qué estás haciendo? ¿Qué está pasando?
Andas de puta.
Yeah. Y luego que el marido le dijo, ¿sabes qué? Estamos teniendo problemas en nuestro matrimonio, si te sientes así por otro vato y bla, 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 bla. Y el pinche marido dijo, vamos a empezar a ir a misa. Y luego ella va a misa todos los domingos y él no, el marido no.
¿Por qué? Si el marido no hizo nada.
Y que
nomás se dio cuenta que su vieja quería nada de puta.
Ajá, y que Dios va a salvar su matrimonio si ella va a misa. Pero él no va.
But you know what? There's a lot of people out there that will start going to church because they think God is going to fix their marriage.
Yes.
They think that going to church and giving them 10% of their paychecks, of their earnings every week or bi-weekly or however, that God is going to save their marriage. Y yo me pongo a pensar, really? Si quieres, dame ese dinero a mí and I'll be your God.
You know, I can never see myself giving 10% of my paycheck to a church that can't even help buy a can of formula for somebody that calls and says, hey, I need to feed my baby. Or this is the thing, that 10%, I can give it to my kids. That 10%, I can give it to somebody that I personally know that's in need. This is my thing about churches. And it doesn't matter what religion is. If you feel the need that if your church forces you to give them money and they don't even help their community in the sense of, is that church going out and building homes? Is that church going out and feeding the hungry? If they don't do that, that's not good. I mean, I know there are churches that do that.
Yeah.
But like, if I see that pastor driving a freaking Mercedes and has a beautiful ass home on the freaking hill while their followers are freaking living in a rundown freaking 1-bedroom apartment, what does that tell you? Anyways, we got off topic. But let's go back. Let's go back to la señora. Let's go back to la señora que mandó el mensaje.
Como mensa le hizo caso a su esposo.
And that's what she said.
There's no reason church going to church and confessing all your sins is not going to fix your marriage.
She said that she started going to church and that she did what her husband asked her to do, and because she wanted to work on her marriage. But you know what? Ultimately, she said, I couldn't do it anymore because his whole thing was like, yes, let's go to God. God is first. Let's put God in our marriage. She goes, but I feel I was the only one putting God in our marriage because, yes, I made a mistake for having an emotional relationship or emotionally cheating on him. But okay, I feel like I could be forgiven at this point, and he hasn't forgiven her. Well, anyways, she filed for divorce.
Well, here's the thing: if you're married, okay, and you're having an emotional relationship with someone else, okay, you know there's a problem in your marriage in general. Okay, so there's a problem in your marriage, and there's always a way to fix that.
Yeah.
One always, spaces out. You fix it or you get out. And that's it. No one's always blaming the finger. If you're going to try to work on it, both people have to work on it. They cannot just be one specific person.
I agree with you 100%. And, I get it. People like to pray on their life. Like, you seek guidance, and a lot of people do go to church to seek guidance. But, I mean, if the other partner is not willing to be there with you and do the work, it's never going to work out.
I agree.
So, good for that woman. You filed for divorce. You got yourself out of that, because if he really wanted to stick to it, he would have been there with you at church.
I agree.
On to just that. That's all I have. Do you have a chisme for me?
No, I think I'll save it for next time.
Oh,
I have a juicy one. It has to kind of like from a chisme that I talked about in previous episodes.
Okay, so you're gonna have to save it for me so you can get like my reaction, like, oh my gosh.
Yes. But with that being said, I think we're done for today.
Yep.
Okay, so thank you for watching and listening. Please like, follow, and share. Our social media links are in the description below. And again, don't forget to follow.
All right. Well, thank you everybody for joining us.
Cheers to the Grandma Vanessa.
Cheers.